Hello and welcome to this week's blog. Well, we're getting to the end of the year, and I'm seeing that a lot of people are starting to panic because then did I pay everything I needed to pay? Do I have enough money for the holidays? So, as you're thinking about the holidays, because then in America, where I am in the United States, right, we have Thanksgiving that's coming, and after Thanksgiving, we know that the year will be rolling very fast. So, you don't have time to be, wondering how to get extra cash and extra income. So I thought, I came across a list of, ways to make more money online fast. I've tried some of them myself. I used them myself. So, I will share the ones that I have used, plus some additional ones of the ones that, I found that would be helpful. So if you're one of those people that has been wondering, I don't even know how to make extra money, and, now it's getting to be the end of the year, I hope that you'll find this blog being helpful. Let me tell you, many of you know, right, that I'm originally from Zimbabwe. So here's the thing. I'm very impressed with people, not just from Zimbabwe, but from many other countries, especially African countries that are here in the diaspora in the United States and, all around the world. Because here's what they did. Many of them opened up little, corner stores where they're selling products from, our prospective countries. And now they've opened out this little, corner stores and started selling those. So they have their mini grocery store. And, I've seen one here in Orlando. It's called the African Grocery Store or something, where they sell things from Africa. And I'm very impressed. I'm like, wow, that's really a good way of having, extra money, that one can make money. I'm also impressed with those that have. My mother loves to be in the garden. She loves to plant and plow, and if it was up to her, she would have owned a farm, stayed on the farm, and grow all these crops and sell them. Corn, you name it, vegetables, colored greens and pumpkins. She really has a green thumb as well. So if you've seen my social media, if you haven't, you can look at my Facebook. I have pages and pages of her in her garden. And, sometimes I go, when I go to visit her, she's like, let's go get some vegetables. So I don't like going in the garden, but I love to eat the vegetables. I love to eat everything that they plow. But I'm not one to get into the field. But what they have done is, getting back to what I was saying, they have started also they buy a piece of land and they grow corn. So we have special white corn that is grown, like, for example, in Zimbabwe. So they took the seeds from home from Zimbabwe and grow them here, and the corn is much thicker and just a little bit, it's not as sweet as the sweet corn that we have here, but it's really good corn. So I know my, if you are living in Boston, Massachusetts, I know my sisters know about 3 or 4 people. Maryland, I've heard about 2-3 people that are, doing it there. So it's really becoming something where you don't even have to have big monies or anything to start a business. You can have where you can get land, or if you own a house in the back of your yard, you can grow tomatoes and start selling those tomatoes once, they grow. Or corn or sugar cane. Oh, I wish somebody would sell sugar cane. I love sugar cane. So it's really easy, when you think about it. If you're good with your hands, you can crochet something and, start making some things. What I love about being in this country, if you are listening to this and you are in the United States or probably in the UK or Europe somewhere, we have these opportunities where you literally can get things to put together, where you can, whether it's crocheting or assembling, little gadgets here and there. We have those opportunities that are better than those people that are outside of, United States and Europe that are not able to do it. So there's always something that you can, buy and resell. Always something that, you can buy and resell. So let me tell you something. There's what I'm talking about is what we call passive income, right? So you have your active income where you get paid, for the work that you're doing. And many people want a little bit more and they want to add on to that, into that, passive income. So some of the stuff that I'm talking about might be only available in the United States or, wherever possible in the other countries, and might not be, because I know there are people in Zimbabwe and other countries, Nigeria, that listen to this and write to me. I know it might be a little bit challenging, but as much as you can, you also can adopt to some of the ideas that I'm sharing. So if you're here, you can do deliveries. Now there's that DoorDash. People are making lots of money. I didn't know that. So I've been talking to people and they're like, you know what? We're doing DoorDash and it's really, delivering food, where they go and deliver food at any time of the day, and they go to, different locations, and they use their bicycle, motorcycles and cars to do the deliveries, and people are really doing well. Talking about deliveries, you also can do Amazon. Amazon is always hiring for people to go in and deliver things, if you have free time, or even if you want to deliver on the weekends. You can drive the Uber or Lyft. Hundreds and thousands of people have bought houses, investments, paid off their debt, driving Uber or Lyft. So try it out. You might want to become a babysitter. And if you love children and you want to, do babysitting, you can go on care.com, care.com. They will certify you there, and you can start your babysitting job, where you can, start babysitting the children that are near you in your neighborhood, because they'll be able to find you customers that are closer to you. Might be something to look into. You can also sell your used smartphones. This one I learned, about a couple of weeks ago. I didn't even know that you could, sell your smartphone. So of course I had to sell mine, because I had a whole, bunch of them that I just kept, keeping. If I don't, exchange them, if they were not insured or something, I'll just buy a new phone and just kept them in a box. So there's a website called Gazelle that you can sell them, Gazelle. Okay. The other place where you can do business is Fiverr. If you are a person that is good at, let's say, what do you call it? Graphic designing, proofreading. I mean, there are all kinds of things that you can do on Fiverr, and literally start your own business on Fiverr, where you can help, people from around the world. So depending on the type of service that you offer, and, the reviews that you get, that's how you get more customers. So make sure that if you start a business on Fiverr, that you actually ask your customers to review you and give you more reviews, because that's how people get, business. But let me tell you, if you go, let's say you're a graphic designer, there will be 1,000, 100,000 of graphic designers. Do not let that scare you, because who is for you will be for you. You will have your own customers there. Put yourself out there anywhere. It doesn't matter. If you have a second language and you want to be a translator, you can also go on Fiverr, or you can go on a website called rev.com, rev.com, and become a translator. You'll be amazed at how much you can accumulate, just doing translation. I think I'm paying, because I'm translating my books, as many as I can right now, and the person is charging $30 an hour. So you can imagine, reading a whole book, it takes about 6-7 hours, sometimes even 10 hours, depending on how big the book is. So that's good money right there that they make. So if you're a translator, you might want to look into that. If you have a spare room in your house and you are not using it, rent your spare room, as an Airbnb. They call it Airbnb, right? Airbnb. Airbnb. It's a tongue twister. And, you'll find people that just want to rent, either a whole house, or they want to just rent the room, but it's worth it. to give you that extra cash that you'll be looking for. And then if you're a tutor and you like tutoring, there's a website called tutor.com. tutor.com. You can be a tutor on there, and they have people always looking for tutors. You want to sell items, go on Etsy. Etsy is one of the, if you have tangible items, let's say you have craft, handmade items that you want to sell, or maybe, even cards, and you have greeting cards or love cards or something that you've created and that you can sell. Etsy does very well, on selling those. I have a sister, my sister Sinikiwe. She has chennai.com where she sells clothing and stuff. She does very well on Etsy, so I know that it works, over there. You also can do t-shirts and design t-shirts and sell your t-shirts right there on Etsy, or you can go on teespring.com, TEESPRING, and sell t-shirts over there as well. Don't forget Amazon worldwide. You can always sell something on Amazon. And what I like about Amazon is just not the books or clothing. They now have furniture, jewelry, and everything on there. So whatever you want to sell, you can sell on Amazon. So talking about Amazon, I now have probably right now, I think about 30 of my books that you'll find on there on Amazon.com. So here's the good news. I am reading as many as I can of those books. So now when you go in and just put in Dr. STEM, DRSTEM books on Google, if you just put Dr. STEM books on Google or even on Amazon, you'll start seeing all the books coming out. And when you click on one of the book, you will notice that many of them have got an audio book, an ebook, paperback book, and a hardcover book. I'm just making sure that those of you who, kept throughout the years saying, how come you don't have it on Kindle? They're now on Kindle. How come you don't have it on audiobook? Because I would rather listen to, the book. So I'm going in and I'm reading the books myself. And I'm committed to reading most of the books myself. I would rather I read them, because then I can express better what it is that I was trying to relay to you in each book that I've been writing. And it's so much fun, a lot of work, hard work, but all worth it, because then when I put it there, at least you will understand why I'm expressing it that way and why I'm emphasizing a point, because it's me that wrote, the book. So I'm very excited to do it, but it's a lot of work, and I'll continue working hard to make sure that I put as many of them on audio as possible. We also have translated some of the books into Spanish, and I do have a beautiful, beautiful young lady, Carolina, who reads the Spanish books. Beautiful reading. So if you speak Spanish or you know someone who speaks Spanish, please do go on Amazon. They're also under Dr. STEM books. Many of them, you see that if you see it in English, most likely it's also has been translated in Spanish. And if not, we are on a roll. We are continuing to convert and make more of the books into Spanish. And then Carolina continues to go into the studio to read the books in Spanish. Okay, I just rundled on to say, hey, go check out the books on Amazon. You will be encouraged. So until next time, make it an amazing week. It's Dr. STEM. Be encouraged.